Up next on the MARR Army Rock Show, we're continuing our feature with some of the great bands you're going to see out at Rockfest in Cadott, Wisconsin this summer. And these ladies are no stranger to the show. They've been on before, seen them at a couple of festivals. We've got GFM, we've got CJ, Maggie, and Lulu with us. Ladies, welcome to the show.
Hello!
I already love you guys' enthusiasm right off the start. So, hey, we've had the pleasure of seeing you out at Rockfest before, and the infamous festival out at Blue Ridge when one of you broke your ankle, I think. So we'll have better luck at Rockfest. But
yeah, we're gonna bring that same energy. just not a broken ankle part.
So, for folks that don't know, reflect back on your first visit to Rockfest and what that experience was like for you guys.
Honestly, that was such a privilege to be able to go to that festival, and we played 3 times that day, so it was exhausting and we were covered in sweat, but it was so worth it because the stage that we played was just packed every time, and the sound guy who was running sound for us said, I've worked this every year that Rockfest has happened, and there's never been this many people here at this stage ever before. And so it was just so incredible to see so many people who either didn't know what our music was, and now they're singing along to the songs because they've seen us play 2 other times, so now they know the words. Or people who have wanted to see us forever, and they're finally getting to see us. And so festivals are just such a energetic environment as it is, and then being able to play 3 different times, seeing 3 different groups of people, it's just such a crazy thing. I think we sold out of most of our merch as well, and so it's just everyone was gravitating towards us. It was such a surreal thing to be like, oh wow, these people actually like who we are, they like our music, this is so fun.
Now, so I guess you couldn't outdo yourselves. It looks like you've got 4 sets this year, I think. So
yeah,
3 wasn't enough, huh?
It's really crazy.
So tell me, how are you guys prepping for that? Do you have to rest up a little before you do something like that? Do you have to plan different tunes for sets, or what are you guys doing special to prep for 4 sets?
So it's a pretty just energetic day, so you kind of just prepare yourself mentally the night before, all right, here we go, you're going to be playing 4 sets, you've got this, kind of amping yourself up, and then the day of, definitely lots of water, keeping hydrated, and we have exercises and stretches we do before to get ourselves amped up, making sure everyone's warmed up, whether it's the girls with their fingers or my wrists or my drums, and just getting ready and amped up, hyping each other up. And honestly, we feed off of the crowd a lot, so the crowd sends us a lot of their energy, and we're just going, and we're all there together. And especially if we see people on the 4th set that were there in the 1st set, it's they're as tired as we are, so let's do this together. And it's definitely a lot of cardio before we leave for tour as well, just making sure we're out there running, even in super hot conditions, making sure we're running then, because that's the same conditions as the festival is going to be, so just getting your body used to that kind of stuff makes it not as bad when you're performing live.
Now, you guys just announced a lot of tour dates in March, so tell us a little bit about the tour. Are you guys headlining this tour? Is it a co-headline? What are you guys doing on this tour?
Yeah, we're headlining this tour. It's going to be, in a week now? 2 weeks, I think. So we're super excited for this. It's our 2nd headlining tour. Yeah, it's just always a privilege. We get to go out again and meet all of our fans and just see them face to face, and that's literally one of our favorite parts doing it. We're playing our new song, I Don't Need Your Fantasy, this tour, so that's going to be super cool. It's definitely a very punk feel, so get to run around stage a little more.
Now, on this stage, you guys, for folks that don't know you, you really leap back and forth kind of between the Christian rock scene and the more festival bar scene and that kind of places. Is it kind of, do you have to adjust the show at all, or is it's the same show no matter where you're playing?
Honestly, as GFM, we just come and do the same exact thing no matter where we're playing. We're just very true about who we are, and so we just don't change anything. We just do the same set, the same performances, and we act the same way, and it's just such a positive feedback from doing that, and people just really respect us for not hiding any aspect of who we are and just being completely open on stage. So it's just a really fun way to just be completely out there and not hide anything and just give it 100% every time.
Now, maybe that ties into this, I don't know. You mentioned the newest song, I Don't Need Your Fantasy, and that's one people can listen to now. Tell us a little bit about the message behind that tune.
So we wrote it because Oh the Horror, our last EP, was all about just going through the struggles of finding out who you are, becoming more accepting of yourself. And now with this upcoming project, we wanted to just write about where we are, and it's a very empowering place in our life right now. We've accepted who we are. We're ready to like take over the world. We're excited with who we are, and we wrote out Your Fantasy because there is so much pressure from society today, from social media, and from just everything that's going on in the media outlet of how you're supposed to act, how you're supposed to judge, like how young women are supposed to act, and not even just that's just for us, for like other people, it's just how young women, young men, how anybody's supposed to act. And it just talks about breaking those stereotypes and not having to conform to what society tells you to be. You can be who you are and love that and bring that love of yourself into society nowadays, and people will see that you're different. And our hope is that with our self-acceptance, people will be able to accept themselves as well because they see, oh, well, they can do it, so I can too.
Now, you guys have another single coming out in April, and I don't know how much, if anything, you can tell us about it. Can you at least leak a little about what we might expect from the next single?
You can definitely expect a new type of music that we haven't really super went in before. It's a lot heavier than we have ever done before, and very energetic, very in your face, and just prepare to be unprepared. You guys just keep getting a little heavier each song, don't you? That's kind of been your trajectory, isn't it? You never know. You really never know.
Now, I know that from, I've met you a couple times, you guys started playing very young. I think you were all like 5 or so when you started. I know there's a little difference between your ages, but my question is, has there ever been a shift in who played what in the band? In other words, you all started so young. Did one of you start and like change gears from one instrument or role in the band to another?
Yeah, so we all started on piano when we turned 5, and our parents told us, like, if you hate music, you hate playing it, you can quit, but just stick with it for 2 years. It'll help round out your personality, like, give you different ways of coping with stuff, and but if you hate it, you can quit after 2 years. And so we ended up falling in love with music, and we were all still playing piano, but then CJ was really bored with it. She's like, I don't want to play piano, I want to play guitar. So she started playing guitar at, I think, 7 or 8. And then Lulu, when she turned like 4.5, it was her turn to start playing piano. And she's like, I'm not even going to do that. I'm going to tell you right now, I want to play drums, and that's all I'm going to do. So we couldn't really fight her with that. She had like a miniature drum set. It was like 3/4 of the size of a drum set's supposed to be. And so then we had a guitar player, a drummer, and I was still playing piano. And so my dad was like, we have enough people to start like a small band. Maggie, you should play bass because we need a bass player. And so I got thrown the bass on me, and so I was learning 2 instruments at the same time. So, but now I love playing bass, and so it just kind of evolved from like music lessons as little kids into performing.
So I always like to get a little glimpse at who the people are, you know, and the band, a little personal side of people. Now, when I ask this question, I have 2 granddaughters myself who are the sweetest girls ever, but they occasionally get in an argument, you know. You guys are on a bus together, a van all the time. What do you girls argue about? Because I know you all get along, but like, that's tight quarters traveling. What kind of things do you girls argue about?
I would say food. And like, you know, like the petty things, like, oh, you're touching me, like, get off. But I mean, it's just like normal sister stuff. But we come to an agreement, like we have to. When anyone is like in a mood or feels like their feelings aren't being heard, that we have to sit each other down and we're going to fix whatever is going on. Because if you don't do that, you will go crazy. You will hate each other. So we definitely realized if this is going to work, we have to be able to communicate, humble yourself, and just be willing to work with people.
Now, I saw that you guys had a chance to tour Germany. Tell me a little bit about what that was like, and I think you might be going back, right?
Oh, yeah. But we played it twice, right? It was 2018, 2019. Yeah, and third time. But yeah, now the third time. I totally forgot we announced that. I was like, did we announce it already? Yeah.
It's out there.
There's a lot more cool things this time. We can't really announce what's going on, but super excited for that. Yeah, every time we play Germany, the bar keeps getting raised higher and higher, and we just keep going back to see our pen pal friends from there that work on the management team. Like on the booking team. Yeah, the booking team. They're so sweet, and yeah, the crowds are just unmatched. Definitely, I love jumping in them and just like circle pitting and quick creating walls of death. Yeah, it's a big fun time there.
Now, hey, you released an acoustic record back in December. Tell us about the decision to do that project.
when we approached the topic of an acoustic album, it was because a lot of our fans were asking us to do that. And it was never something that we thought we would do because we had always wanted to do heavy music or really energetic music. And we were like, oh, I don't want to do an acoustic album. But our fans, they just kept asking, like, we would love to hear these songs acoustic. That would be so cool because they're so heavy, and then turning them into acoustic would be such a cool thing to listen to. And so we decided after The Horror came out that we would create like a couple songs from there and a couple songs from our first album and just kind of recreate those acoustically. And it's honestly such a challenging but fun experience to try and make such heavy songs into acoustic songs, just because you have to create melodies for where the strings are, and you have to kind of just change the whole foundation of the song. And I feel like it's such a blessing, even though we were like, no, I don't want to. But now we like enjoy it so much. Just going on the acoustic tour this past January and just seeing such a different light to what we do, it definitely rounded us, and we're very grateful for the opportunity.
Well, one last thing before I let you go. One of the songs I wanted to play tonight and I wanted to ask you about the story behind the song was Give Me a Sign. So if you could just give me a short synopsis of what Give Me a Sign's about.
So we wrote Give Me a Sign at a kind of low point in our lives, and we were just kind of asking, why are we still here? What are we doing? Is anything we're doing worth anything? And we realized it's important to not just sit there asking for signs, but you have to reach out to people if you want to get help, because people can't read your mind. They can't figure out what's going on in your head if you don't tell them. And so we wrote it to let our fans know that, hey, you're not alone in your struggles. Everybody has these tough times in their lives, these really low points, but you can't get help if you don't ask for it. So it's extremely important to reach out and ask for help instead of sitting and looking for a sign, because you won't get help, you won't get better unless people know about it. And the more people you have surrounding you to support you, the more the more quickly you can get better.
Well, hey, man, GFM, that, by the way, for the folks who don't know, that's Gold, Frankincense, and Myrrh, if you're looking for them on iTunes and whatnot. CJ, Maggie, and Lulu, we can't wait. July 16th, Rockfest on that Bud stage down there right next to the main stage. You guys, 4 sets. So, hey, we appreciate you guys being here again, and we'll look forward to seeing you in Wisconsin.
Well, we can't wait.